Good morning. I'm Hassan Giordano, and this is your DMV Daily Dose for Tuesday, December 10th, 2019.
It's currently cloudy and 54 degrees in Baltimore. Expect rain starting in the morning, then sleet tonight. Temperatures are heading down from 55 degrees to 39 tonight.
The Baltimore Brew is reporting about two property owner groups at Clipper Mill who are accusing Mayor Bernard C. Jack Young of tilting city policy in favor of controversial apartment projects sought by his campaign treasurer. At issue is the rebuilding of the historic Tractor building at Clipper Mill into a 100-unit apartment complex by Six Development and Valstone Partners. The founder and principal of Six Development is Martin F. Cadigan, who became Young's campaign treasurer just last September, and then boasted that he helped raise $250,000 for Young's 2020 mayoral run. Quote, "We think it's a blatant conflict of interest," says Jessica Meyer, a board member of Millrace Condominium Association. Mayor Young must rely on Cadigan to raise funds for his campaign. At the same time, the Woodbury and Clipper Mill residents need a fair and impartial review of the development proposed by Cadigan and his clients. The groups are asking Young to recuse himself from deliberations by CHAP, the city's preservation board, and the planning commission. Now, many community members have expressed disappointment as well with their council representative, Councilman Leon Pinkett III, who is running currently for city council president, for not attending the planning commission hearing where the townhouse project was approved. In the current election cycle, Pinkett has received various contributions from the developers, which include $500 from Catherine Jennings, the ex-wife of Larry Jennings, whose own development company, Woodbury Station LLC, demolished two historic stone houses on Clipper Mill Road just last May. Pinkett also has received money from Christopher Mfume, who worked with Woodbury Station, and the late Caroline Paff, Cadigan's partner at Six Development. Now, Cadigan founded Six Development in 2011 as a real estate development company. It was forfeited, however, in 2015 for failure to file property returns, and the firm was reestablished by the lawyer in February of 2018. The company's website was recently taken offline. Now, the Baltimore Sun's Jeff Barker is reporting on a Maryland law aimed at extending the state's campaign finance oversight into online political ads, which they say goes too far, according to a federal appeals court, which we ruled on this yesterday. The Online Electioneering Transportation and Accountability Act, passed in the Maryland General Assembly just in 2018, would require newspapers and other media platforms, even those online like DMV Daily, to publish information on their websites about the political ads that they display. The state law followed revelations about a Russian disinformation campaign in the 2016 presidential election, including thousands of ads a Russian internet agency created or promoted on Facebook. Now, a three-judge panel of the 4th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals in Richmond, Virginia, lauded the intent of the Maryland law, but said in an opinion on Friday that some of its terms encroach on the First Amendment. Quote, "This case asks, at bottom, whether these terms can be squared with the First Amendment," said Judge J. Harvey Wilkinson. "For the reasons discussed below, we agree with the district court that they cannot. While Maryland's law tries to serve important aims, the state has gone about this task in too burdensome a manner to satisfy constitutional scrutiny," the judge continued in their dissent. Now, the law's disclosure requirements would apply to any online platform with 100,000 unique monthly visitors that receives money for political ads. The platforms will be required to display, within 48 hours, mind you, information such as the identity of the buyer and the amount that was paid. The outlets would need to retain the information for state inspection. Now, the law's effective date was July 1st, 2018. The next month, media organizations such as the Baltimore Sun and the Washington Post filed for a preliminary injunction in the U.S. District Court to block portions of it from taking effect. The district judge temporarily blocked the enforcement of those parts of the law. Now, Republican Governor Larry Hogan also expressed concern about the constitutionality of the act, which he allowed to become law without his signature. Now, Maryland Matters is reporting that the Maryland Board of Public Works approves billions of dollars in contracts every year. Members of the three-person panel decide which projects advance, which go back for retooling, and which company gets the job. From the moment the governor, comptroller, and treasurer stride into the room at the beginning of every meeting, they are the focus of attention. But there's a fourth person who looms large at the twice-monthly BPW meetings. She sits to the side with the other aides, advisors, and cabinet members. She is unseen by the government geeks watching online, but her presence in the room is unmistakable. For the last 20 years, that person, the executive secretary of the Board of Public Works, has been Sheila C. McDonald. Serving three elected comptrollers, 4 governors, and 3 treasurers, McDonald has served as a guide to the proceedings, able to summon the right expert when a question arises, and to shoo those chatty members of the audience out in the hallway. She manages to bring a commanding presence that never overshadows the principles or the work at hand. And after 2 decades guiding that ship, Sheila McDonald is retiring at the end of the year, meaning she only has 1 more BPW meeting left. Congrats to you, Mrs. McDonald. You are a true giant and public servant. We wish you all the best. Enjoy your retirement. Now, last night, DMV Daily News had yet another successful Value My Vote 2020 Democratic debate. This one was between Rain Pryor and Councilman Ryan Dorsey, both vying for the 3rd District Council seat in next year's April 28th primary elections. Much respect to the voters who packed the place last night, to Gene Ward and Function Co-working Center for hosting us once again, to our producer Sean Stinnett, to the timekeeper, my 13-year-old son Malik, and to our distinguished panelists, which included Adam Jackson from the Leaders of a Beautiful Struggle, Ivan Bates of Bates & Garcia Law Firm, and of course Luke Broadwater from the Baltimore Sun. Stay tuned for our next live stream debate, which will take place on Monday, January 20th, Martin Luther King Jr. Day, where we will bring you the highest polling candidates running for the 7th congressional seat vacated by the death of former Congressman Elijah Cummings. Now, to vote for those top 5 candidates that you want to see and ask questions to at this debate, or if you want to see highlights in the entirety of last night's debate, just going over to our Facebook page at DMVDailyNews or over to the Value My Vote website at www.valuemyvote2020.com. I'm your man, Mr. Politics, and this has been your DMV Daily Dose for Tuesday, December 10th, 2019. For more information and articles that I've mentioned, just go on over to our website at www.dmvdaily.news.